back to action here in Las Vegas at the Convention Center. It's the 2000 U.S. Nationals at 152 pounds. You're looking at Lincoln McIlravy in the red. He was the silver medalist from last year's World Championships, going up against Chris Bono. These guys have gone at it many times. It's Bono in the blue.
And McIlravy has had quite a career so far. He's a 3-time NCAA champion, 4-time finalist, and he won 5 state titles in high school. He's had a lot of success so far. He's also placed second and third the last 2 years in the World Championships.
Well, McIlravy's got to be heavily favored here. Bronze and silver medalist from the World Championships.
I think McIlravy and Bono have wrestled probably 7 or 8 times, and I think McIlravy's won all of them. But the closest match they had was in McIlravy's final match of his collegiate career. Both their final matches, actually, I think it was. And McIlravy ended up winning in overtime. Bono took him into overtime. There's a single leg takedown by McIlravy.
And it's that trademark, that drag to kind of that scoot butt single that McIlravy's made famous.
McIlravy's really wrestling well right now. He's improved tremendously on top. He's turning people, whereas before he never used to. He used to just get takedowns, and he's gotten a lot tougher on top and more confident on his feet. He looks real relaxed.
Just look at the scores in the quarter and the semifinals. 10-0, 10-0, grand superiority, basically a tech fall as a nickname.
They beat Terry Steiner 10-0 in the semis. They've wrestled several times before, and it was always never been that bad. McIlravy is really wrestling well.
I just think his performance at the world level, where he got a bronze 2 years ago, a silver this past year, is really driving him forward. He continues to improve.
And Jim Zaleski, the head wrestling coach at the University of Iowa, the defending NCAA wrestling champions.
Bono is very physical and very strong, but doesn't quite have the movement and the techniques that McIlravy has.
I like to say McIlravy will attack you at any angle. He comes up with the wildest ways of trying to get in on your legs, but he's very successful at it.
Well, Bono's strategy is to keep the match close and win at the end with either passivities or some kind of move on the edge of the mat, but it's McIlravy taking that strategy away early with a 3-0 lead.
And Lincoln is really wrestling solid. I don't think he's been scored on this tournament either. There are some of our top wrestlers like Kolot and McIlravy have really come into this looking sharp, and it looks like they're ready to make the Olympic team and win a couple gold medals over in Australia.
And now it's Bono controlling the center of the mat, getting McIlravy on the edge and driving him out. The action goes completely off the platform. And there's no problem there. McIlravy back up to the center.
And that's one of that's the thing that Bono wants to be able to do, is get McIlravy near the edge. He's very short and strong, and he has got if he can get under you, he can drive you out of bounds and get a point for fleeing the mat.
Now you can't flee action in this style of wrestling. If you go off the mat, often the referees will make you pay for it.
Well, the judge put up a 1 point, but nobody confirmed it. Nobody else went for it. They said that was just pushing, didn't try to finish the hold. And that's really the big difference. If you go off the mat finishing the hold, they're going to score it. If you go off just pushing, they won't.
McIlravy digging in there with that famous underhook that he's got. He lifts it and then moves to a single leg. And the end of the first period shows McIlravy up 3-0. Welcome back to the Las Vegas Convention Center at 152 pounds in the second period. It's Lincoln McIlravy in the red, holding a 3-0 lead over Chris Bono. Let's take a look at how we got there.
Well, here's McIlravy hitting a gut wrench. He's going to get 2 points on it. He's locked his arms around the waist. It's a body lock. There he gets Bono to his back for 2 points. Gives him a 3-0 lead. There Bono drives McIlravy out of bounds and keeps driving all the way through. They're 7 or 8 feet out of bounds, and Bono's still driving him clear off the mat and off the stage.
That was Olympic silver medalist Zeke Jones sitting there in Bono's corner, who tried to catch him as he went flying off the riser.
Zeke's a pretty little guy. He's a 114-pounder. I don't know if he wants a big guy like McIlravy falling on him.
I'm sure McIlravy was thankful of that, though. Didn't hit the floor, knew the wrestler was hurt. We've seen that happen a couple times here. A lot at stake here. Number 1 man gets the number 1 seed in Dallas. In other words, everyone else wrestles in a tournament to see who will challenge him for the Olympic team.
And McIlravy calls timeout himself and says, hey, let's wrestle here. It's not a boxing match. Bono takes the center of the mat and then works his way out. And if something's in his way, well, that's the way it is. And McIlravy is able to take advantage of that position and score, but he has to take a few lumps along the way.
Well, Bono's style is going to be physical. He wants to slow McIlravy down, make it a much more binded match where there's less movement, and that favors Bono. And obviously McIlravy likes it wide open, likes a lot of motion, and that's how he catches his opponent in these different techniques, is he sets him up through that fluid movement.
Well, with McIlravy's lead 3-0, he's reached the...
there's Bono trying to get McIlravy to the edge and then attempt a shot and push him out of bounds.
And Dan Gable looking on, the Olympic coach for the 2000 Olympics. Dan Gable coaching, hoping for Lincoln McIlravy.
They awarded Bono a point and put McIlravy down.
For it. I don't know if they got the point. I'm not sure they got the point.
I'm pretty sure they did. They're putting him down.
Looks like it was a passivity call. If it was a caution, that's a penalty. And you're only allowed 2 cautions. If you get a third, you're DQ'd.
There was no confirmation on the caution then.
And McIlravy will play defense here.
It's Bono with a leg attack on one side, trying to trap an arm on the far side, but he's not able to do it, so they're back to their feet in the center of the mat. There's Lisa McIlravy with the rest of the McIlravy, Sterling and Streeter, there with her.
And this is what we thought Bono might do. He's always given McIlravy some tough goes, and this is no different. McIlravy scored early, but now is having more difficulty trying to get in against Chris Bono. Bono, a former Iowa State product.
McIlravy wrestled at the University of Iowa. These two have met several times. McIlravy winning all of them, I believe.
Well,
I just love the irony of it. Bobby Douglas, Dan Gable in their opposite corners, and those two used to compete against one another when they were in their competitive days, and now they continue it in their coaching days.
McIlravy with a comfortable 3-0 lead. He's reached the mandatory 3 points to end the match in regulation, which is only 38 seconds away. Bono's got to hit him hard.
Well, Chris Bono seems to be able to stop McIlravy from scoring now, but the key is he can't get a point up on the board.
And the action is broken, and it's actually Bono being called for passivity. He needs to find some way to score here. Lisa McIlravy happy with the way things are going.
Bono's down by 3 points and isn't making very many solid attempts at scoring.
Well, he needs an escape here. If he needs, I mean, it'll really help his cause if he can get that 1 point. If he waits for this action to get blown dead, it may be no time left on the clock. We're down to almost 10. McIlravy probably won't take any risk here, just look as though he's going to try a hold.
And this match is going to end 3-0 McIlravy.
That'll do it.
And Chris Bono a little frustrated because he's been here before trying to make an improvement, but it's Lincoln McIlravy able to prevail 3-0 here. He's your champion at the U.S. Nationals at 152 pounds. Again, one of our great hopefuls for a medal in Sydney. Lisa McIlravy loves what she sees there. She's Lincoln, yes. Very nice. Holding Streeter. And Heather Folks is with Lincoln McIlravy.
Lincoln, congratulations on the national title. You've met Chris Bono numerous times. How did you prepare for this one differently?
You know, I wanted to score early, and that would make him come to me, and which he did. I wasn't able to capitalize on his mistakes, but I won and got through it, so that's okay.
How does this make you feel going into the trials?
Well, it makes me feel real good. You know, the Olympic year is a great year for people to get involved and for fans and sponsors, and I want to thank Gateway. They're my main sponsor, and thank my family, my 2 boys, my wife, folks, come out and support me.
Oh, great.
It's a great time.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One of the mainstays of the U.S. team, Lincoln McIlravy, wins We'll be back with more action from the 2000 U.S. National Championships right after this. Stay with us.